A 6.6 Anatol Thunder, and then my dryer and my exposure are all Anatol. I was blessed enough to get a sponsorship from them.
Yeah, man.
So that's my screen printing side. My embroidery, I have a single head Tajima. I'm working. I was supposed to get another head, but like I just don't have room in the garage. But I got a single head Tajima. That's the embroidery machine. And then you guys see back here, it's the new stuff. It's the Omniprint. I forgot what it's called. The Omniprint DTF, and right behind it is the Free Jet, and then I got the Roland BN20 as far as the stickers go. Yeah, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and I got this the dual heat press, which is the dual heat press right here.
Yeah, those duels are so dope.
Yeah, they
Man,
are.
it's been a game changer. I actually bought that because I know I'm gonna be doing DTF, so I just had to speed up production in a sense.
That Omni Prince, you had did something special to it. The reason I keep going to it because I like to talk about what's going on as far as the powders and the safety and the ventilation and all that. Could you explain to us what you did to your Omni back there?
Oh, if we're talking about the ventilation, so I bought another ventilation because the deal with the Omni that I got is, they give you this little ventilation system right here, right on top. It wasn't enough. If you guys deal with even with the tabletop um, ovens, the
Mm-hmm.
fumes is just because you're what you're dealing with is you're gelling or not curing, but you're gelling the that glue, and that glue is very toxic. So with me and my kids, my little one, he usually just runs around here in the garage. I can't have that. So it was a no-brainer for me to get this other one that has the two nozzles in it. I mean, I still open the garage just to air it out, but it definitely it's 95% much better as far as breathing wise.
Mm. So we just
Right.
had been graced with a lot of people at one time. To everybody that just came in, appreciate y'all joining us. If it's your first time, we do episodes like this all the time. Go ahead, like, comment, subscribe.
Every Thursday.
And we talking with the special guest, RhyBeats.
That's Ryan's crew, Ramon the Cholo in there. What's going on, Ramon? I ain't seen you on TikTok in a while. How you been, brother?
Man, speaking of TikTok, I just signed up for a TikTok account. I don't even know what the heck I'm looking at, bro.
Ain't it a different world out there?
I'm like, I'm
Cool,
I'm
man.
asking my kids like, what am I doing? Like, what am I doing here?
Yes, it's definitely
Yeah, it's definitely a different world, man. It's like I just got a hang of doing Instagram, and then now I'm just another thing to worry about.
me and Instagram don't get along. We don't get along. Oh man.
Love-hate relationship over there, huh?
Oh, car show. Okay.
Oh yeah, Ramon is doing he's vending at a car show tomorrow. Oh, not
Yeah,
tomorrow.
man, get your money, man.
Michaela, how are you? I haven't seen you since Scooby Doo was a pup, and I stole that straight from Zeke's mouth. God dang it.
You steal something from me all the time, boy. I feel
Yes,
blessed.
sir.
It's a blessing.
Hey.
Ryan about to make me some stickers with my guys, everyone's favorite hats and tent guy. You done yet, Ryan? LOL.
I'm about to hit print.
Window tints?
So yeah, T Town he does he has two YouTube channels, T Town T-shirt and T Town Tint. So he does like window tints and stuff like that. He's pretty big in the tint community.
That's good money. That's good money.
Yeah.
T-Town definitely gonna have to holler at you. Interesting in that.
There you go.
What up, T Lamar? How you doing?
Man, right, man. So all these services, man, the embroidery, man. How people getting a hold of you? How we gonna place an order?
So that's the thing right now. It's with my old company, everything was through email, and that kept me busy. But I wanted to streamline it. So with the new company, the printedmerch.biz, it's you can get it from there. So I don't have to. There's no loose end. I guess it's just you get it from there. I get the email and I do it. It's
Period.
trying to make it easier for both for me as a printer and for you as a customer. It's printed merch.biz will hopefully, I'm trying to get that thing live by Monday.
Mhm.
So yeah. So I mean, as far as that, I mean, you can always go DM me on Instagram. The same thing, printed merch.biz.
Yeah, man, that's dope.
That is.
Printedmerch.biz.
Yeah.
I'm gonna
I
have
was
to
trying I
check.
was trying to get the .com, but the guy that owns it does not want to sell it. he's
Oh,
holding he's holding on to it. I'm like, all right, it's all good. But
yeah. .biz works though. You can get there. They
yeah,
gonna
For
find
sure.
you.
yeah, yeah.
So we had
Right,
talked
your
about.
folks,
Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, right, your folks came out for you.
Get it, man.
I appreciate you guys tuning in. Yeah.
Before we came on live, we were talking about the DJ, and I know you do a lot of DJ services. So, what season did you say it was?
As far as the daily grind, we're ending season
No,
9
no,
right
no.
now.
The
Oh,
DJ
oh, oh, oh! It's wedding season.
wedding season.
It's a wedding season for me started January. It's been
Sheesh.
nonstop. I was saying that my company AudioWorks is we get our own gigs and stuff. I think we have a handful of gigs this year, but I teamed up with another company and they have, I think they're very close to 700 events in 2023.
Wow.
It's just weddings. It's crazy because how we picked our gigs. This was November of last year. We did it fantasy football style. So it's like, oh, you're up. I said, I'm picking this event, this event, this event. Next one, this event, this event, this event. And it's crazy. And we just had a meeting a few weeks ago for more weddings. So it's busy. It's super busy. Yeah, some guys are working Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. And I think there's like a total of 15 of us, 15 DJs.
Yeah, man. So with the DJ business, is that bringing you sales for the t-shirt business? Sticker
Um,
or anything?
in the beginnings of the business, yeah, because for instance, you're DJing at an event. Usually my events are at hotels or wineries, and right before I leave or right before the event starts, I'm handing them my business card as a DJ, or I'm handing them a business card as a printer.
Yeah.
And that's how I landed my hotel accounts. They just, because in hotels they have, other than their own uniforms, they have housekeeping day, housekeeping week, and then they have like events like for whatever events that's happening, or a big fight they're showing at the hotel or whatever. They'll put t-shirts on, so they're constantly having some sort of event once or twice a month, if not every other month. So that they're keeping me extremely busy.
Yeah,
That's
man.
super gym right there, y'all. For you trying to get some new clientele, he just put you on a free game right there.
Yeah. What kind of music? I'm a man. I play the '90s. Like I like the '90s stuff. That's my jam, and the '70s because I like older music.
Tune into one of his mix sections. I'm telling you, you be grooving the whole night like I was. I was printing and grooving. I appreciate it.
Yeah, speaking of that, I'm going live tomorrow night on Twitch, on DJing on Twitch. So that's gonna be fun. I haven't done that in a minute, but I gotta get to it.
For ones that say you don't need a website, you do need a website to place orders. That's for sure. It's just more professional, make people feel a lot safer than me and my DM.
Yeah, that's a great topic, because you need a website presence, as you should anyway. But I think I did like 20% was coming from Instagram messages.
Mhm.
So for me, so even if you don't have a website, put out a business card with your Instagram, but make sure your Instagram is a professional. That's just for your business.
But you're famous, bro.
But
Yeah,
but
You're famous, bro. Like, no matter how you want to feel and humble yourself, brother, you's a famous dude, man.
no, man, it's
Look,
man, it like I said, I don't see myself that like that. I'm just like everybody else, I'm blessed, I guess, but it's just I don't know, man. I don't see myself. I'm just like everybody else, man. Just going through it and having a good time.
and
yeah,
good
man.
motivation, good energy, good drive, good determination. The message is definitely clear. Definitely at the top of one of my lists. I've been watching you for years. Just to say, to piggyback off Seek, you are famous, and you have a lot of folks out here, man.
Man, I mean, when I saw you guys at ISS Impressions, man, for me, I was starstruck. Like, it's like, oh shoot, there they go, and you guys were together. I'm like, I gotta get a picture or something.
Yeah, that was dope. Like I say, man, like when we went there and stuff, like everybody is who you are in real life, man. You're a cool person. Even my wife to this day, she said, "Who you interviewing?" I was like, "RhyBeats," and she was like, "Oh, from Long Beach." Like you left an impression on her to where she still remember you. You know what I mean? Like good people, man. You got a good spirit, brother, and you famous.
I appreciate that. No, yeah, it's one
look,
of those things. It's to like I told my kid, it's definitely hard to be a nice person, but it's easier to be a grump. You know what I'm saying? So it just being a nice person, man, it goes a long way, and it leaves memories. So
see, look.
For sure. So I gotta ask a question because it's been in every episode, and I'm not gonna let it go. I gotta get answers from you.
Please let it go, brother. Please.
I'm not letting it go. As long as I got
please.
not letting it go. Everybody must answer one way or the other.
Listen, though, he gonna be the dead horse.
Hold on.
How you gonna kill a dead horse?
Wait, before we go there, NorCal Embroidery had a good point. It said if you don't have a website, get at least a Google profile, like a Google business profile, because people will Google you, or that's the first thing they do, and especially in your area, you can get reviews on there. I don't do the Yelp reviews because I have a bad thing with Yelp, so it's always like Google it's always like it's the true. I think as far as reviews go, so definitely get yourself a Google profile.
That Yelp stuff, anybody can say anything.
Exactly.
You could go in there, they could be having a bad day, and then come in there and be like, "Yeah, bad your business."
Yeah.
Like,
no, Yelp is I see it as a scam because when I started my my DJ business, they wanted me to pay them to either put a high review or I think I had like a 4-star review on one, and like they said, hey, if you want this taken out, you have to give us so and so to take it out, kind of thing. Right. So it's still a business if you guys think it that way, and it shouldn't be that way, That's why like a lot of like the Yelp reviews I don't really look at,
Right.
So that's just my honest opinion and how I went through it, and I'm like, yeah, I ain't doing Yelp.
Yeah, I think that's kind of suspect that you can actually pay
to
switch to Yelp.
What's up, the topic. Yeah.
Is it possible to run a brand and a customer at the same time?
Is it possible to kill a dead horse deader?
If you like turkey, I mean, you just kill a steak, but if you're going turkey, you're going the extra mile, right?
Yeah, that's a great topic because I was when that topic got brought up. Was it a week ago, 2 weeks ago? It got me thinking about my. It got me thinking about my brand. My DJ clothing brand, and I put that in the back burner because I was so busy with printing everybody else's stuff. Right. And then I got to think of it, can it really work? At that time, for myself, is I was just strictly screen printing. That was just my jam. I was just screen printing.
Mm-hmm.
And for me, is having the screen print on press is either to just press everything and keep it in stock, you know. But again, that's dead stock that you're kind of not getting paid for, right?
Mm-hmm.
Now with direct to film, it's more attainable because what you're doing now is you're just print on demand of the order. So you're just keeping stock of the film, right? Or the sheets.
Yeah.
And as far as going back to your question, is now it is, I think now is more attainable as far as doing that. And I think I think I'm gonna pursue my clothing brand in the few weeks or a few months actually.
So you think that if you trying to do customs and you try to do a clothing brand, that one's gonna fall to the wayside eventually?
Eventually, yeah. I mean, I think if you put organization and something in place that someone is doing like I was saying, if you put these transfers up on the shelf and say, hey, we just need to press this and that, it's easier. And then, you know, you can work on your customer stuff. But if you just have it's just more of like, if you just have time to do it, you know, do it. If you don't, then, you know, something is gonna fall back on the wayside. You know, you just gotta put yourself some time to do it. And one way to do it is maybe if you want to go with the print on demand stuff, but even though with those things it's kind of sketchy, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
It's on both sides of the coin. Even if one does fall to the side or to the wayside or doesn't sell as much as the custom one, whatever, doing it, the act of actually running a custom and a brand. Now, will it be beneficial if it's completely drowned out? No. But is it something that I'm willing to try and that I'm going to conquer and succeed? Me personally, I'm going to try to, because I've never been told you can't do something and then not try to do it. So I'm one of them people who actually have to go through with it. That's why it's such.
See, that's why you got a big head now. From when you was little, they told you no, and you kept hitting your head.
Listen.
Now,
Well,
I believe that both sides can be played and properly organized, like RhyBeats said.
I mean, like if you tell yourself, all right, Monday, Tuesday, I'm gonna be printing customers. Wednesday, Thursday, I'm printing the Grizzly stuff, and then Friday is just whatever's left or something like that. I mean, you could definitely do it.
So I'm gonna say this right here, right? I'm gonna say this because I know Mike. Me and Mike are friends outside of this industry. We talk regular, everyday talk. I feel like I'm the only one moving here. Nobody else is moving. Somebody is the internet. Maybe it was my internet. I don't know. But because me and him talk daily and I know him outside of his industry, the reason why I say that Mike is pipe dreaming when it comes to this.
Pipe dreaming.
The reason why I say he's pipe dreaming when it comes to this is because he is in love with doing custom shirts. He doesn't have that, like, I got to go get this brand done. That's not important to him. That's not, you know what I mean? That's something that it sits in the back of his mind. He might drop a Grizzly shirt every once in a while, but what he loves and what he's into is customizing stuff for other people. So that's just having that mentality is what's going to be, a barrier in the long run. And then plus also your bread and butter come from customs. So why am I going to slow down my bread and butter to get this piece of bread that I might be?
Why does it have to be slowed down? That's the thing. If I have people in place to run my brand, as long as it's 3 or 4 designs and they're printing them, like literally the same thing that I said last time, then that's not taken away from what I do as a custom shop. So therefore, it hinders me. You know what I'm saying? If anything, if they're running it the way that they're supposed to, and everything is already, all you doing is print, pressing, and shipping.
That's all I gotta say, brother. That's all I gotta say. No, hold on. No, right. That's all I gotta say, brother.
Oh my God! Listen, don't flip on me now. I can't have my day ones flipping on me. Listen.
Here's a good comment right here, right? 24/7 working just to push the customer and your brand. When do you have time for your fam, yourself?
Because you didn't. All right, so I'm gonna say it again. There's a
But
person.
regardless, I don't care if you have your business, you got your customers, you got your brand, you got 37 workers working for you to press these shirts up for the brand. You still got to be a part of that other business.
Right.
That's why I have
for one. Listen. For one, you can't trust that it's going to be ran the way you need it to be ran. So you have to be an overseer.
Well,
you got numbers and different orders and different stuff that you got to make sure are correct because your name is on the line.
Mm-hmm.
But then you got this, you sitting in your shop, and then you got this person that come in and need 17 memorial shirts, and then this person you got the basketball league, they need 40 jerseys, then the city need this, you know what I mean? Like, it's too much, bro. It's a lot. Especially, and you already have a base of customers that come in for customs.
Mm-hmm.
So you still, and me knowing you and what you go through on a daily, that overwhelms you sometimes. You get so many orders at the same time.
Yeah, you know,
you got this clothing brand to worry about on the side. And now, let me make this clear. When I say you, I'm talking to you, but I'm speaking this in a general context, if that's the right word I want to use. You know, I'm just saying as a person that's trying to serve two masters. But if that, you know,
go ahead, Rob.
No, what I was saying, I mean, that's a good point because, you know, back then I was just screen printing, right? Because each one of these is I treat it as his own business. So like screen printing is his own business, embroidery is his own business, now DTF is his own business, and then the sticker stuff. So even that is like sometimes I do get orders for all four at once with different customers. Mm-hmm. So like if I schedule it correctly, like Monday I'll be screen printing. If I get that done, Tuesday I'll be embroidering and so forth. I mean, if you can keep it both, look at it separately like that, and if you can schedule yourself, you know. And now if I'm going to be adding my own clothing brand on top of that, that's another business. So yeah, I mean, it's definitely overwhelming to a certain point, but I mean, I think you could do it if you schedule it correctly. If you just knowing the fact on Wednesday I'm doing this business, you know, and so forth. I mean, I think you can do it. You just gotta time it right. But yeah, something's gonna fall on the wayside if you're trying to do everything at once.
I get it.
I tend to go back to the street life, right, and the drug game, right. See, when I understand what you're saying, but I feel like I feel like this. So I say, hypothetically, I'm selling drugs, but my goal is I'm gonna make $200 a day, no more, no less, right?
Mm-hmm.
Eventually, more money is gonna come to that 200. How do I say no to this money when the whole goal is getting money? You see what I'm saying? Like, so if I know today it's Thursday right now, so I gotta go press. I gotta get 100 shirts done for the clothing brand, but here comes somebody with them 18 football jerseys that need to be done for $40, $50 a pop. I'm gonna turn down this money when I gotta get this clothing brand out.
I'm glad that I got a better.
Possibly gonna make money.
I feel like we gotten a lot further in this conversation than we have ever had. So
I'm just for the record, this conversation.
Hold on. Before it finishes, I just got one word.
It's the last time I'm talking about it.
Look, there is a brand named Nike, right? Before Phil Knight could actually get the Jordans to Michael or whatever, and the Nikes and all of that, it was a crawling stage at some point where he was just putting out designs, right? Then eventually, 20-something years later, I'm not saying that it's going to take me that long. It may take me that long. They introduce Nike ID or customized Nikes, right? So here's a brand, and now you're able to customize, and it's all being done through the same person. I'm not saying that tomorrow I'm going to be Mike Tees and I'm going to be Grizzly all at the same time, but what I am saying is I can show you better than I can tell you. There's going to be a custom shop and there's going to be a brand. How it's going to...
So Nike...
No, I couldn't tell you that exactly.
Nike... has like thousands of employees. First off,
And I said 20-year gap and then all of that. So we know all of that exists. I don't have all of that at my this exposure right
so
now.
we can't talk about 20 years from now. We got to start talking about. We got to go day by day in this situation.
It started with
All
Nike,
right,
right? He had
am
a
I
dream.
right? I'm not. And my thing is like, I don't want nobody to feel like I'm discouraging. I'm just a real dude, man. I call it like I see it in my glasses on.
And then maybe outside of your realm is what I'm saying. I can see outside of the realm. So what I'm saying is I will have what we are unfortunately debating about right now. It's just when, how
I'm
long.
not you. I don't care what you do, Michael.
No.
I mean, I keep referring to you because I'm just talking mess, but I keep referring to you just because we're having a conversation, but it's not about you. I'm just saying in general. I'm speaking.
Yeah, I think, I mean, both of you guys are making good points, right? So, but I think once you have the processes in place and it works, I don't see why you can't do it. But definitely, if like Seek was saying, like you're doing your brand, but you got the $100,000 order about to come in, that you're most likely gonna put that aside and go with that just to get it done. But then I mean, something in that sense is something's gonna pause for a second to get something done. But once you get everything scheduled and get your processes done, then I don't think it'll be an issue. But there's gonna be like NorCal says, Kev says, there's gonna be a bunch of adjustments.
Yeah.
That's for sure. I don't doubt that.
Yeah.
Sometimes there's no chance for schedule. That's
Exactly.
right. Real talk. Life happens, man.
Yeah.
I think scheduling is key when working with multiple types of orders. Customer communication is key, definitely. Barb, come on, Barb, we need you.
we got to get Barb next week.
Nah, I'm not, like I say, man, I ain't trying to discourage you if you do it, but don't look at it as, don't do it out of ego. That's my point. At the end of the day, don't I'm gonna go do this and I'm gonna do that. Don't kill yourself for trying to make me look wrong. You feel what I'm saying?
It would never be for that. That's just too deep. But it's been something that I've been resonating with. And I'm trying to look for a comment from what's his name? T. Lamont. He said Mike is a little baby. I don't know. What you talking about, T. Lamont?
So I'm about to have a clothing line. I'm gonna start a clothing line. I just came in with my name yesterday. It's gonna be wow, it just popped out of my head just because I tried to say it. It's gonna be called Self-Acquired.
There you go.
Self-Acquired. But I'm not sure if I want to go like self-acquired apparel, clothing, blah, blah, blah. But it's gonna be called Self-Acquired. I've been working on a logo, and then so I'm just in the planning stages of that right now. But yeah, I'm gonna do a dedicated clothing line, and I'm not gonna try to do customs on the side. So, but at the same time, I ain't about to turn down no money. But I'm gonna focus on that, on a clothing line, clothing brand, and we gonna push from there. So be able to look out, Self-Acquired. So, what does that say? Barb said you need to learn to say no at times to orders. Personally, I find communication with customers and giving them your production schedule gets rid of a lot of issues. Definitely that. Definitely
for
that.
sure.
Yeah.
But when your belly is grumbling and your pockets ain't doing nothing but jingling, ain't no folded paper in there, how do you turn down that custom order because I got a clothing brand that might sell?
Yeah.
And that's all I got to say about that.
Hey, Rod.
Yeah.
Out of everything that you do have, which one is your favorite and why? Like out of all the printing methods that you have, because you have everything.
Of all the printing methods that I have to pick one.
Just one, man.
Just one. Man, I would say screen printing. because screen printing it's
Rules.
it's still an art form. You know, there's so much steps into it just to get one print. You know what I mean? And it's just one before you even push the squeegee. There's so many steps just trying to get it right.
Mhm.
I would say hands down screen printing because that's how I started. And that's how I fell in love with the process of garment decorating.
Mhm.
You know, but yeah,
Absolutely.
if I were to pick one, I would have been it would be screen printing. It would be screen printing, definitely.
Interesting. Do you use vinyl at all?
You know what? Now I'm gonna blame Stan Banks for this. So back then when Stan Banks was screen printing like years ago, right? So he
Mhm.
bought
Yeah.
this cameo thing, you know, and he got me to buy one. I was like, all right, let me try this. Let me try this thing, bro. That vinyl was great. I did vinyl. I was pushing vinyl, but it's just man, weeding all those little pieces, man. It wasn't for me, man.
Mhm.
I still have vinyl from James Econo. So
Oh yeah.
I still it's still on my list to do. It said go do that glow in the dark. Go do this. It's still on my list to do. But vinyl, if I have to do it, I'll do it. But it's not one of my favorite thing to do. I mean, I like what vinyl can do. I like
Well,
vinyl that
it would
yeah.
be like a waste of time almost for you now because you have every other print method.
Yeah, but I think the last time I've done vinyl was I would say maybe towards the end of last year. Like this person specifically wants vinyl, reflective vinyl.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
okay, what do I have to do? You know, so that I think that's the last time I actually print something. I mean I like vinyl has a process. The process of printing, cutting, and weeding
Yeah.
those little things out. You know,
Yes.
Mhm.
so and I mean, like I said, like I think I was telling people that the big debate right now is DTF taking over. You know, the
Yeah.
big debate.
Mhm.
DTF is here. DTF's taking over. It's whatever. It's not. I mean, it's the newest thing. You know, like it's the most popular thing right now, but it's not. Everything has its own place in the printing industry.
Period.
Yeah.
So I mean, yeah, it's definitely like a big wave, and everybody's jumping on that surfboard or whatever it is. But it'll die down, and it'll be put in its place.
Period.
Yeah,
And eventually, even with a DTF printer at home, you'll come to a spot where DTF won't get it done. You'll have to resort back to screen printing or vinyl
Yeah.
or something to get that particular job done.
yeah, and now with the internet and all these videos are popping out, it's the customer kind of like I would say 60, maybe I'm exaggerating, but 60% of the customers know what they want now.
Period.
Yeah.
I want that screen printed. You
Yeah,
know,
yeah, yeah.
so sometimes they're
All these YouTube
they're asking
videos.
for it. What was that?
That's because all these YouTube videos.
Yeah, exactly,
Mhm.
exactly. For someone that's a clothing brand, like you want to know what type of how to get your design on a shirt, and
Mhm.
what's the first thing you do is look up YouTube, right,
Yeah,
and see
Yeah.
yeah.
what people are doing. So there's a lot of stuff, clothing brand. There's so much information out there that you should know what you're getting. You should know
So
what
which
you're
is
getting.
the highest paid? Like which one would cost me the most out of all the processes that you have? Like if I wanted an embroidery shirt, would it be more? What's the most expensive print method that you say that you offer?
That I offer,
Mm-hmm.
I would say probably embroidery.
Mhm.
Probably embroidery, because like I said, everything has its own lane, right? But embroidery, it's just I don't know it because I go by stitch count. So as far as stitch count, and then printing a DTF or doing some screen printing is definitely it's more of a higher quality because the actual thread,
Mhm.
it's actual it's actual threading. It's not a print.
Wow.
So do you do digitizing in house?
No, and that's not if that's something I suggest if you're getting into embroidery, don't digitize it yourself, especially in the beginning. Don't do it. I mean, if you want to learn it, great.
You
But
got
I
anybody
wouldn't.
you try that out?
Yeah, I sub it out. Like, I'd rather pay somebody $10, 15, maybe even $20, just to get it digitized, and not worry about, because that again, that takes time away from me on doing something else.
Right.
Makes sense.
Right.
Yep.
So what kind of deals you got on them stickers, man?
So I'm gonna be honest. My pricing is
Or
very.
let me say this. Let me say this. Let me correct that. Not deals. What type of packages you have on stickers? I'm not asking for a deal.
Oh, okay. I don't know. Like, just tell me how much you how many quantities you want, what size, and I'll get you a price.
Yeah, I feel it.
Like, I think the
I
most I printed for somebody, it was just a fellow DJ. He wanted 600 pieces. So with the BN20, man, that took all night to do. But again, it's like I said, it as slow as it is, I could just let it do its thing,
Mhm.
and then I'll go do something else. Like, I think when I got the DTF, when it came in, you can hear it in the background going for like 2 or
Yeah,
3 days. It was going.
yeah.
So yeah, it's one of those things. Like, I mean, I try to be competitive, and I try to not overprice anybody, because again, it's I don't. These are just standard stickers. I can't laminate it, to be like weatherproof, or not weatherproof, but like break clean. Like, if you spray something on it, it's definitely gonna wipe off,
Mhm.
because it's not laminated. So it's like that's the thing. So if you just want standard stickers, then I could print that for you.
Yeah.
Speaking of
It's like a lot of comments over here.
we got comments going. Let's start with Cordell. That is definitely something I learned. My price is not negotiable. Never switch up on your prices, people. Your price
Yeah.
is your price. Stay firm on it.
I don't believe in that.
Shoot. You got overhead. When you got overhead, you believe in it. I'm trusting. Tell me. You can't switch them prices.
I'm just playing. I was just trying to start an argument.
I mean, as far as pricing, it's one of those things. I see it as they call it the race to the bottom, right? And you don't want to do that, because once you figure out your pricing and the pricing of people around your area, I mean, you do not want to depreciate the value of the business, of just the industry itself.
So
And
many people do it though because they say it's oversaturated.
yeah, but like, I understand, but again, it's like there's a reason why you're doing it, and there's a reason why they're going to you, right?
Mhm.
So if they want to go with somebody else, I mean, that's probably the best thing. Like, if that guy's only charging $3 for a 4-color print, then by all means go ahead and do it. But don't ever go down that low, because once everybody's going down lower and lower, you might as well just start doing it for free at that point.
It's true. I was reading comments and you just took one off. Barb said,
Go ahead.
The closest competition for me is 60 miles away. I am not afraid of competition. I work for quality as I back it with my name. I understand that wholeheartedly.
Barb, come on here and talk about it, Barb. And tell us in person.
NorCal Embroidery. When M&R starts selling DTF machines, it's here. Oh, I felt that.
So I don't know, man. Like, the DTF is cool, but you gotta be ready. We just had this conversation with Anthony Alexander, but you gotta be ready, man. All these people think, oh, I can print at home, but you're not ready, or everybody's not ready.
Yeah, the funny thing about it is, like, you see, like, going to the shows, you see all these brand new sparkling machines, and you get all giddy and want to buy it, right? especially like, oh, it's a show deal, you know, it's $2,000 off or whatever it is. I was like that too, but like, do you have you sold any?
Right.
You know, do you have the service for it? Do you have the jobs for it? You
Right.
know, and that's the thing. It's like, I would definitely, for those of you who are trying to get, since we're talking about DTF, for anything really, if you want to get into the business, sub it out first. Maybe you'll make $2-3 from it, great. But if that work keeps coming in, then you can kind of justify buying that piece of gear or piece of equipment, whatever. But don't jump into it right away. You know, it's one of those. Even like, for instance, the sticker thing, like I jumped into it. Like, it's not, I didn't make a mistake on it, but I know like all the DJs in my community are always buying stickers.
Yeah, that's what I'm about to say. Your line of work is viable.
Right.
Even if you don't sell none now, you're gonna get your money back off of
Oh
that.
yeah. And it's one of those things, it's like, I hate to say the word, like, if you build it, they will come.
Yeah.
Sometimes they won't, you know.
Yeah,
but,
true.
But you know, it's one of those things that, because I fell into the thing like, okay, I got, going back to the clothing line, I bought equipment to print the clothing for myself, for my clothing line, right? And then everybody know, hey, what do you got there? Can you print a couple of stuff for me and my family? Then that family became, you know, 10 shirts to become 20 shirts to become 30 shirts. Then now you're printing for everybody else because everybody's talking, right? So it's one of those things. It's like, the sticker stuff was honestly for myself. Yeah. I've always wanted to do stickers, just some do something creative, right?
Right.
But then, you know, like the DJ community, I just posted something because I printed something like with I forgot what it was, and they're like, hey, can you make me one? Oh, I'll give you a handful, just whatever, you know, just for me to test stuff. The next thing you know, I'm doing 20-30 tests for people.
Yeah.
Then I say, oh yeah, your next one, I'll buy some. I'm like, okay, whatever. But now it's like, I'm constantly printing at least once a week on it, you know, so it's pretty crazy.
Yeah, Ryan, you wear a lot of hats, man.
Way too much.
I need a vacation. You don't need a vacation or need a vacation. Like, how do you balance all of this? I mean, the DJing, the printing, even the advice, the videos, the Twitch streams, everything.
You know what? I'm still trying to figure that out. You know, it's definitely, you know, how I see it is, I have a job. I have to fulfill something every day with, you know, my family, right? So honestly, I don't really get to work until like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And I'm like kind of squeezing in like after dinner family time, but I'm still working at the same time. Just because, you know, I'm getting my son ready, dropping him at school, then going to CrossFit, and then picking him up and all that stuff. So it's one of those things. I'm always on vacation, so. But yeah, the especially like trying to do, if you guys know videos, it's like, you know, something that will take you an hour, it takes 2 hours because you're trying to film, you know. And
for sure.
I got a challenge. I got this challenge last month from Liberty Graphics to do 1 video per day in the month of April. I missed the last 2 days of which was this weekend, but I was like, that was hard. Just trying to film something, you know. But if I film something, like when I'm doing something, I just film it. I talk every now and then I try to edit it, you know, the day of or the day before or whatever. It's definitely a balancing act, but there is no to me, I haven't seen the formula for it. I can't schedule it. I try to schedule it, but there's no way, you know.
Right.
This next one is from our beginners.
I want to, before you say that, man, Marcella, what's going on?
Marcella, where you at? Hold on. Put your finger back up there, daggone, to see. You see Marcella, friend.
Marcella, what's going on? How you been, sis?
How have you been?
Her out, man. We ain't seen her. She ain't been around.
Oh. There, the last comment, NorCal said trade shows are a vacation. That's how I treat it. Like that's I'm looking forward to
You
to
have
January. When January comes, I'm like, man, I'm on vacation mode. Like I
to.
treat that as a treat for myself as vacation.
Yeah,
So
Yeah, you have to though.
yeah,
it is. It
To
is.
really, because if you go there looking at work, it's not gonna be as fun.
no,
No,
yeah,
nearly.
yeah. That's when I go there to have fun first, and then we'll figure it out.
Yeah, man.
So
Yeah.
the reason I had said this one's for the beginners because we spoke on, the equipment that you have from, ranging the most expensive for somebody to get into, or actually the pricing wise per thread count, down to screen printing being your only method you would choose out of everything that you have. To a beginner out there, you have so many different processes. Which would you go with? You telling somebody to get into the business. What
If
machine
there,
you
mm,
So
so
good question.
that's a great question. So if someone's getting into the business now, depending on their situation, um, if they're just doing garment, just decorating, just printing, either get a DTG or a direct to film.
mm,
Just because doing screen printing, there's a lot more machines involved.
See,
You
you
know,
shocked me with that answer.
yeah, there's a lot more machines involved. There's you have your screen printing. You have your press. You got to figure out a way to dry it. You got to wait. You need screens. You got to figure out a way to burn screens. You got to figure out a way to blow out the stencil. So like I said, I felt in screen printing there's a process, and I fell in love with the process. I still love the process of it, but you need space for it.
Right.
Screen printing, not screen printing. I'm sorry, direct to film or embroidery. It's it's a 6 foot table for embroidery if you
Right.
just have a one head or a 4 foot table. Um, direct to film. I mean, there's those conversions now. You can do a conversion, but even this thing is 6 foot by 4 feet.
Mm-hmm.
So
That's huge. It looks huge. So
yeah. So
You got a
you
3-car garage?
was that
What, you got a 3-car garage you work out of?
from that wall to the wall in front of me is a 2 car, but that little cutout section, that's
Mhm.
another car, 1 car garage. So it's a 2 car tandem.
Okay, yeah. I knew it had to be because you got a lot of stuff.
Yeah.
Had to be at least that.
Yep. But I hope that makes sense because like that's definitely in this day and age that we're getting to, look into digital printing. Whether it's direct to garment or direct to film. That's how I would say it.
that's an amazing answer. Like I wasn't expecting that from you either. I thought you was gonna
Yeah.
say
But
straight
again,
screen.
if I mean, if you have like I was saying, screen printing, if you have room for it, if you have if you're capable of doing this, having the space for screen printing, then by all means, screen printing. The only reason why I don't suggest it is because depending on the room you have, usually the people that are starting out is you're in an apartment or you're at your house, and if you don't have the space or before it, then maybe it's not for you because I said screen printing has pretty big equipment, as far as like the conveyor dryer, flash dryer, all these other avenues just to make the screen.
Right.
Makes sense.
And it's like shocking to hear though a traditional screen printer to say go with a digital print.
Yeah,
I really didn't expect that
yeah.
because like one thing about people that started out with screen printing, y'all are loyal to the soil.
Oh yeah. And like I said, my first jump is screen printing. Like if I were to pick, it's definitely screen printing. But not everybody has a garage. Not everybody has a like a warehouse, or not everybody has a space for it. So if like I said, if you have the space for it, and if that's like tried and true printing method, definitely screen printing.
Right. I tried to told you. Anthony Alexander, what's going on? That's it.
He's trying to tell you. Yeah.
Man. So I want to ask about the DJing right quick. So How can the people watch you DJ? I know you do the Twitch streams. When are they? Or you haven't been doing much of them lately, right?
No, I took a break from Twitch in September, because that was another, because I had a show on Wednesdays that I have like 10 DJs going from like 12 noon to like midnight, going back and forth. But it's twitch.tv/RhyBeats. And we just go live there, and that's where you can find me going live. But that really burnt me out. I did that when COVID started in 2020, and I've been at it ever since. And just I felt that it was hindering my business back here when I was doing, because I was setting things up.
Right.
I was pretty much becoming a promoter, trying to set all these DJs together, lining them up, say, okay, you're starting at 2:00, you're starting at 3:00, you're starting at 4:00. So that took a lot from me, and that's why I kind of took a back page from it.
I want you to confirm this question for me.
Screen printing will be too messy for me. I have issues not having ink on my fingers from printers.
That was the wrong question, but that's fine. I understand it. Trust me. You should see this rag that I keep for just changing the ink on my sublimation printer. Good Lord.
Yeah.
This is the question. Screen print, you can give them a better price. So explain to me why you can get better prices with screen print.
Great. That's right on point. Whoever said that.
So screen printing is definitely a faster process, right? Mm-hmm. So again, but don't get me wrong, it takes time to burn the screen. It takes time to get the screen prep. Once you get the screen prep and it's on press, it's on to the races. Especially let's say you're doing one color. I mean, you can do like 100 shirts within like 40-45 minutes.
Oh yeah.
I mean, you can't really say that with peeling vinyl or even direct to film. And I'm just being conservative. I'm sure you can go faster, but like it's definitely a faster process. Once everything's on press, it's like I said, it's on to the races.
Mm-hmm.
That's why you can get it's definitely cheaper in that sense. You get better pricing if you do screen printing, because you can do so much higher volume in so little time.
I want to get into screen print, man. I have a little 4-station press. I don't have room for it, but then I see like people doing they just putting the t-shirt down on the floor and with a screen. How do you feel about that?
Let's see. I mean, it works. Like I said, if that's all you have, by all means do it. But again, it's anybody can put plastisol ink or water-based ink or whatever ink on a shirt. Mm-hmm. It's how you're curing it. Is it gonna last? Like even if you're doing using a what do you call this, the heat gun, it has to cure at a certain temperature. So I tell people, the best thing to have is probably either flash cure or a heat press, because you can heat press it at a temp to cure it.
Right. So I was going to ask about that. I see people use the heat gun. Like, how can you control the heat? Do you control it? Do you just go till it looks dry or dry to the touch, or you know what I mean? How do you know when the shirt is cured correctly using the heat
gun? Definitely get a temp gun. You can't really control it, but a heat gun will cure it. You just got to make sure that it reaches a certain temperature. And
what would that temp be?
Usually 320.
Oh, that's not. I thought
320. But see, usually I go about 340 to make sure that it's cured from the top all the way down to the bottom. Because when you get a temp gun, when you're shooting it, it's just at the top, so you'll get the top temp. But for me, is if I go 340, I know the fact that it's cured all the way through. Yeah.
And so does it like time and temperature, does that matter, or is it just the temperature getting to that?
Yes and no. People think that it's got to be 20 seconds, 30 seconds. For me, it's there is the time for it. You can't just hit a temp and say, okay, that's it. You got to give it a little bit of time, whether it's 25, 20. It just depends on your process, on what you're doing. Like right now, my conveyor, I think I go about 30 seconds. Like once it hits underneath the conveyor, it's about 30 seconds, 35 seconds for it to go out to the other end.
Yeah, I was just curious. I'm gonna try the screen print. I took a class on it some years ago, but then life happened. But like I have everything like that's needed to screen print here. And
No, that's a good point. But Startup, if you guys haven't followed Startup Screen Printing, he has great videos. As far as
Startup Screen.
yeah, he's right here at the top.
Oh,
Check it. He brings it down to the very, very basic, and he has good topics and videos of it. Screen printing is definitely a skill, but you have to love screen printing to be a screen printer. And like for those people that are screen printers, like you said, we're die-hard screen printers. Like we're not gonna let that go because it's definitely an art form, and it's definitely a tried and true thing.
But you had the ability to actually pump out transfers via screen printed transfers or DTF transfers.
Yeah.
So is it safe to say that's what's going on?
Heat gun, in case y'all didn't know what he was talking about. I just so happen to have one sitting next to me.
My bad. What was the question, Mike?
Well, it really wasn't a question. Are you hopping into either or both, or is it a
selling transfers?
Yeah, pretty much.
Selling transfers on DTF, yes. It's who was I talking to? I have not touched my screen printing machine for over 2 months now. One is because my washout booth broke. Like it fell over because it was been so windy here in California. That's one thing. I haven't washed out any screens. And the other thing is it's been ever since I got the machine, it's been nonstop DTF film that I'm printing out and sending out.
Oh, so it's safe to say you made your money right back, or it's coming right back.
It's coming right back. And it's like I wasn't ready for it, and I wasn't ready for it because like shipping, like getting the boxes to ship them, how to ship them properly and how to print them properly. It's just, again, it's another business, right? And whether I stay with screen printing or whether I don't, I mean, it's one of those things. It's just, I know there's orders coming in.
Right.
Yeah. Well, how much, if you don't mind me asking, is that Omni behind you? Like, how much is it to own something like that?
How much the machines cost?
Yes, that one behind you.
This one behind me, Omniprint, they had a December end of the year deal, and it was this whole thing with some inks and with a Stahl's heat press. It was 20 grand.
Okay.
Yeah,
that's nice. And then
which to be honest, it's very overpriced. I mean, you guys see the Omniprint booth. I mean, they go all out. So
yeah,
it's a very overpriced machine. Not overpriced, is a high priced machine for what it prints. It prints 14 and a half. 14.
Shout out to Omniprints. We still waiting on your Omniprints. Shout out to you.
Big up to them. I mean, they're I don't want to say they're leading the way of DTF, but man, they know how to push it as advertising. They know how to do it.
Yeah, we're trying to get them to come on so we can talk to them about it, man.
Yeah.
I'm looking at these comments. We missed a lot of comments over here.
That's great.
He says, Custom said, Rise, the man, he is a very humble gentleman. He definitely is, man.
What's up, G? I just talked to him the other day. I was like, I just calling to see how he was doing. He said that they're printing. I mean, G6 it's funny, like that 2020 year. Because that's the last time you guys were there. Were you guys there 2020 or 2021?
21.
21. Okay, 2020 was a big year for the community. Like I think a good 3 or 4 people in the printing community that we all know of, like they won machines, and it was a great feeling. So that was fun.
All right, and I know this is you. I feel a group starting, Flawless Seek and RhyBeats and that other dude, Brown fans. Yes, sir. I'm loyal to the soil when it comes to them Browns, and we're gonna win.
Man.
I promise. All right.
No, it ain't. Stay with your prices. Never go down on prices. Period.
Yeah,
that part.
Depends on business model.
Yeah.
I knew I would have a home business when I retired, and it was in the planning 15 years prior to early retirement. I didn't buy my equipment all at once. I had a plan.
That's right.
That's a good point, because I'm always on vacation. I had a I don't want to I always want to call it early retirement, because I did retire from my what I was in the working field to do DJing, like full, but it's one of those things, like nowadays it's hard to retire without doing anything.
Right.
And that's how I came about the printing business. It's like, okay, I could do that at home in a sense, so let's just see where it goes. And that's 6-7 years ago. So
right. So let me ask, man, you lived a life where your professional life is doing stuff what you love. Do you feel like it's work from going from DJing to doing the t-shirt business?
I only consider it work because I'm dealing with customers.
Mm-hmm.
But the process itself, no, you gotta love what you're doing.
Period.
And that was the thing. Like when I was in the in corporate America, I loved what I was doing, and then I hated it at the end. And then making the adjustment of quitting that and doing DJing full time, man, it was such a blessing, because like I don't care how much these brides yell at me. I'm just like, I don't know what you're doing, but I'm having a good time playing your music,
Right.
Yeah, it's one of those things you have to love it,
Yeah.
and if you don't, then you're in the wrong business.
I'm gonna ask a lightweight personal question. So I know you're married, correct?
Yeah.
Happily married. And how does it like being, so being a straight male going to these weddings, man, that seems like you could be putting a trick bag right there.
Oh man, it's
and I'm not saying, let me clarify, I'm not saying from your end, I'm saying from these drunk single women.
It's funny. It's funny you say that, because there was up to the point that my wife did question it, like, how do you deal with that?
Mm-hmm.
I just leave them alone. I know they're feeling themselves at that time, wherever these bridesmaids or whatever,
Mm-hmm.
At the end of the night, it's just that's it. They're not. I mean, unless you want to pursue it. If you're not if you're not going to pursue it, then it is what it is. It's all good. But yeah, I've seen a handful of DJs go that route, and you just gotta, hey, that's what they want to do. That's what they want to do, But I keep it professional, and I was like, when I go to weddings and things like that, it just reminds me of, like, I should be with my wife. You know what I mean? Like, see them, that the couple, the bride and groom, how happy they are at that moment. It just makes me think back, like, I got something good. Yeah,
man.
Yeah. And then, like, now it's like, my daughter, she's almost 20, and like when they do the father and daughter dances and stuff like that, it gets me choked up because I'm thinking about my daughter. Like I do not want that to happen. Like that's not gonna happen. You're not gonna get married whatsoever because I'm not gonna be. You better not put me in that position.
Yeah, I feel you 100%, 1,000%.
That's funny.
Yeah,
yeah.
but it's a good thing. It's nice to see. Well, let me go back to what your original question is. If I had those type of girls, I guess, then yeah, I've had. They like, they're just, oh, can you play my song? They're all up on you. But other than that, I'm just like, check them real quick and you're good.
So man, I hate to cut y'all off, but I'm seeing Lumpia and I'm seeing Pancit.
I love little Pants Pancit.
What are we talking about here? What's going on?
I love it. Lumpia and Pancit, those are two of my favorite things in the whole wide world.
I said it wrong. Okay, see, I am King Butcher with the names. Pancit.
Filipino dishes.
Yeah, those Filipino dishes. Ube, yeah.
It consists of.
It's a side dish. It's like a noodle dish. Pancit. Yeah.
And lumpia is like I would say, I don't know the closest thing to compare it to is an egg roll, but it's better than an egg roll.
Yeah, it's about an egg roll, depending what you want, either veggie or chicken or.
But it's better than an egg roll, though. To me, I'd rather eat a lumpia over an egg roll any day. They got a little like I grew up, so Seattle was a lot of Well, when I grew up, it was a lot of Filipinos. And one of my closest friends, my next door neighbor, they were his mom and them were from, I want to say Manila.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot.
Yeah.
Don't hold me. But anyway, they were Filipino and his mom, they was the party house. So all the families get together, the weddings, the graduations, the birthdays, they come there. And his mom would cook like the fish, the fish with the eyeball. I can't think of the name of that fish. Because they cook the whole fish, but I say the eyeball because when the fish cooks, you'll see the eyeball. Like to me, it looked like it swells up.
Yeah.
And like she used to just cook the lumpia, the pancit, and cook all this different stuff, and then like let me take home leftovers, or where she's like I would eat dinner there a lot, or she would just make some food and send it over to the house. So I ate a lot of Filipino food growing up, and it's so good. But here where I live, they got a Filipino restaurant across town. So I go over there and get the lumpia and pancit from over there. It's just bomb.
Yeah. No, and that's funny because like when I was growing up, my house was that house.
Oh yeah.
And like I wake up like at 7 a.m. and I see my friends like eating. Like, what are you guys doing here? Like, but I mean, it's one of those things. Like, that's how I got like. I guess my humbleness came from. It's just my parents, like they know, like, if I keep it, these are my friends. These are I'm gonna be with, 24/7. That's just another way to get to know them. And that's just the family environment that I was born and raised at.
Yeah, man. Yeah. You get a chance to eat some Filipino food, check it out. They got good stuff, man. The pancit and the lumpia and the fish is the three things that I like the most. I can't think of what the fish is though. I can't think of what it is. What it's like a name or I don't know. I can't think of what it is, but it's good. It's good. It's good.
Now memory lane over here.
Yeah. But it's like I say, it's a restaurant, a Filipino restaurant across town, and they make good Filipino food over there.
So y'all, we've been chopping it up with RhyBeats. Man, many trades and has conquered many trades and many hats and has done a lot in this industry and a lot for his community. As you see, they showed up for you tonight. I haven't seen this kind of split up in a long time. So
I appreciate you guys tuning in. I mean, it's the community that's what I have a soft spot for that community because I'm very proud of where the community is, and it's not like it's not a hush like how are you doing things, and you're not gonna tell me. Like it's more like let's help each other out because there's no competition. There's always everybody has their own lane, whether we there's I mean there's billions of people in the world, and everybody's wearing a t-shirt, or whatever it is, whatever business it is, and everybody can get a little piece from it. There's, to me, there's no competition. For those of you who's making it a competition, and that's the issue.
Period.
And
That part.
it shouldn't be that way.
Period.
Yeah.
You heard it from
Man,
Ryan.
I want to say, man, if you're new here, like, subscribe. We do this every week, and you see, we get hitters, man, and it's not we don't always get famous people like RhyBeats, though,
It's not a status show.
It's definitely not a status, man. We just get out here and we tell good stories.
Yeah.
With good stories, whether you're in the boardroom or in your bedroom, you get over here and we can talk about it.
Yeah, and that's what I like, because everybody has their own story.
Period.
And that drives me, like, wow, that's how you did it, or like you got to this point because of whatever happened to you or whatever. There's history there, and I think people should talk more about their history, because no one else is doing it. Yeah.
That one story, man, it might strike somebody else to do some great things. Man, that's one thing I love about doing this, is that we changed lives, man. We stopped doing these for a while, and then when we came back, the love we got coming back was overwhelming. Like, I didn't realize like the impact that we had on this community by doing these shows and hiring these great people, and it's humbling.
Yeah.
Like, to
Definitely,
say.
definitely. And I told you guys from the beginning, when I saw you guys, just keep pushing, because like no one's doing what you guys are doing. I think the only person that started something like this back then was Cam with the Print Life.
Hey, Cam, we need you as well, Print Life, sir. I remember Cam. I haven't seen a lot of videos from him recently, but yes. Cam.
Yeah, and it's one of those things. It's Cam's a good dude. Like, I think the last time I talked to him was like back in February, and we were just talking it up, and he's I think he's getting the itch to get back on YouTube. So hopefully he does.
Yes.
Tell him to come talk to us.
Mm-hmm.
David Bohannon, I don't live up there. I live in Oregon now, man, but I'm born and raised in the South End, though, man.
Yeah. How's your Mighty Ducks? Your Oregon Ducks doing?
I'm not a Duck fan. I don't really follow college. I'm not a Duck fan. I got some Duck shoes, though. I don't really do college, though. But
you say I got some Duck shoes. Come on.
I got some Oregon Duck shoes that are dope.
Man,
nobody has them, because I've had them for like 8 or 9 years.
Yeah, every shoe collector just cringe because
I said what?
Duck shoes.
Duck shoes.
That's what they are. Why would they cringe that I got duck shoes? They're called the Oregon Ducks.
Man,
that's what they're called.
Man, I was gonna say something about my Cal Bears, but we haven't been doing too well. So
yeah. I don't really follow college, man, but the University of Oregon is like 5-10 minutes away from me.
Mm-hmm.
Right down the street.
Yep, I've been there. I was gonna go to school there.
Oh yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, it's just straight down. Go straight and make a left. You there? It's not even that far from where I live.
Okay. Yeah.
I'll put that on the itinerary seat for me and Anna come out there, because we coming. We want to see the big Oregon Ducks. We come to stay.
Yep.
I'm bringing a couple kids. You see Ryan Green? I'm bringing a couple kids. I'm gonna drop off too.
How you gonna have enough kids to just drop them off across the
Ink City. I'm from the Bay, man.
Bay Area. That's all I can hear. That's why I say I'm from the Bay.
I'm about to the Warriors about to play again today. So
Warriors
come on, ain't it?
What's that?
That game about to come on, ain't it?
Yeah, in about an hour or so, or something like that. But it's all good. We record it. I mean, it's one of those things, like, I gotta sit down and just hear my wife yell at that TV. It's all
Yeah.
good.
It was about to
Yeah.
turn into a full-on stadium out here.
Yeah.
And they ain't even Cleveland.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Yeah, man.
Let me ask you guys then. Let me ask you guys a couple of questions.
Yeah.
What's new for you guys in 2023? I know Mike, he wants to do his clothing brand, but aside of that clothing brand, what's you guys' goals this year?
Go ahead.
He said
He
he
gonna act
knows.
like he froze up. You see how he just gonna act like he
No.
froze up? Look. He gonna try to
Expand by any means necessary. That's always my goal. And when I say expand, I mean in machinery and work habitat and in overall fulfillment of life. So everything that I'm trying to do, I'm trying to expand to the next level.
I've been dropping a t-shirt a day since January 1st. I haven't dropped one today. I have it. I just got to post it. I forgot to post it, but t-shirt a day, man. And I'm actually going to start a dedicated clothing brand, like I said, called Self-Acquired. I just created me and my wife came up with the name yesterday. I created a logo, working on a logo, and that's a goal for this year, man, is to actually do a clothing brand, because I never bought equipment because I wanted to make clothes for everybody else. I bought it because I wanted to be my own brand. And shout out to the people with the manufacturers, but that's actually a goal of mine, where I sell so much stuff I have to go to a manufacturer, but I'm not the person that wants to make the people out here feel like they have to go to a manufacturer. Because just like the manufacturers making quality, man, we can make some quality with some blanks and some transfers. So, and so that's kind of like the message I'm bringing for Self-Acquired, because you do you, man, is the bottom line, and however you got to do you get there by any means, man. So,
and I think that resonates. It's Self-Acquired it's just another word for being an entrepreneur without calling yourself an entrepreneur. It's a good concept. I like that.
Thank you, Barb. I need you to come talk to us, though.
I brought a lot of my sons in this year too. Before they was just window watching, peeking and asking, but now they're starting to get involved. So it's a great feeling. I don't put as much of it on camera, but it's a heck of a feeling, to have my sons joining in along with my daughter. So that's something. It's amazing.
Well, here are the things, right? Are either of you guys using AI for design? Right now, I don't use AI for design. I use AI for product descriptions.
YouTube video
every day, because I do a t-shirt a day. I use that for product description mainly. I use AI for breaking down my video in the shorts, like this, like I'll put this live in it, and I'll put it in AI and have AI make all the shorts for me, the short content that we can repost. That's mainly what I use it for. And I am signed up with Leonardo AI. What's the other one? Mid-Journey. But I haven't honestly took the time to sit down and figure out like really good prompts. I play with it. I do have some AI that I've used for design, but I haven't released anything because I'm creative in a way that I don't draw, but I have ideas in my head. So I think.
So what program out there? What's the name program that has a graphic AI? I've heard of.
I just said that, brother. Leonardo, Mid-Journey.
Yeah, I don't know.
I'm asking anybody.
I'm telling you, Leonardo AI,
Mid-Journey. Yeah.
There's several, but those are the ones that just popped in my head right now. I think even Bing has one, or Google has one on the way, called Bard. You can like sign up for that one to get into the
that's what that was. Yeah. Okay.
But like, yeah, I haven't really used it for a lot. But I do actually have some designs that I made in AI, but I haven't tried to release them or print them because
Yeah.
I'm looking into this print on demand stuff. But I don't know about print on demand, and I feel like
So let me just stop you there. Print on demand. Like if you're talking about what's the pretty big print on demand
like
company?
Printify.
Yeah,
Kind
those companies, they're great on what they do,
Hmm.
but definitely get samples before you publish it,
Yeah,
because that's the main reason why I did screen printing,
yeah, right.
because clothing brand, talking about clothing brand, print on demand was it's in its infancy at that time. It's like, okay, let's do it, and then let me get a sample. Oh man, it was just the worst samples ever. So I'm sure that they're better now, but definitely get samples before you put it out in the world. That's all I gotta say.
Great piece
Yeah,
of.
I think that. So I was looking at the print on demand, and I was like, man, I don't get it to do t-shirts. But I think for me, if I do decide to follow through with the print on demand route, I'm gonna do stuff like posters, maybe
Ah,
rugs or pillows or something like that. I won't use it for t-shirts.
hmm,
And I say that because I can't control the quality of the t-shirt for one. If
yeah,
I do, I can just go get some transfers,
right.
Appreciate
make
that.
that same shirt. But I think I would use it like for wall posters because I do a lot of sayings on my shirts now. Like this one, the hustle, your dreams don't require a pillow. I take that saying and I just get a nice background, go to AI and create a nice background, put these words over the top, and that's a poster, a motivational, inspirational poster. That's the type of stuff I would use print on demand for personally.
Mhm.
But
Right.
clothing, I want to control my product.
Yeah.
Ink
You need
City,
to. You need to.
print on demand, a great spell with Etsy. I mean,
Yeah,
it's all about samples or Spotify or Shopify. My fault.
you
Yep.
said what?
Just doubling back on Ink City Codes.
He said, "How many T-shirts you sold on that merch?" I don't, man. I don't sell a lot of shirts from the T-shirt a day. Couple reasons why. Um, I don't get exposure on social media. That's why I said I hate Instagram. I post on Instagram 3-4 times a day, every day, and I have 67 views from 4 posts. Like I
mm,
don't get the exposure. Um,
Yeah.
TikTok doesn't give me. I don't get the exposure that I need, and the reason why I'm pointing out Instagram is because actually my Instagram shop, my website is integrated in Instagram where you can just buy from there in the whole nine. And so I probably right now I've dropped 120. Hold on, let me look at this just so I
What
ain't.
what 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 was your goal? Is it for the year 2023, one shirt a day? Is that what it
Yeah,
is?
initially that was it. I think I'm getting to the end of that.
Mm.
Um, Partly discouraged, partly because I want to focus on some other things. And then, so with a t-shirt a day, this is a big reason. Another big reason is that me having to focus on doing a t-shirt a day, I can't focus on profit
Mm.
because I design like literally, bro, let me see, let me just show you. Like I haven't even posted a shirt today because I didn't have an idea till right before we got on here. So
but y'all head on over to 12 Golden Apparel and check out the many designs that
I
he
ain't
has.
even down with it yet, but so
Yes.
I'm gonna give y'all a sneak preview. I'm about to post it here in a minute. But I like you'll see these posts. I'm doing a t-shirt a day. I literally might wake up that morning. I'll get up every day about 3-4 in the morning and design a shirt and design it, post it, make the mock-up, post it, and all that morning. You
Mm.
know, and like literally 3-4 o'clock in the morning. But then like yesterday I was on working. I came up with my concept for my clothing brand, so I've been working on that. I was obsessed. When I get into things, I obsess a little bit. Uh, which I don't find nothing wrong with that for the record. But so I didn't have a t-shirt for today. And then like I literally just got done with this. Like, can you see it? I got that blur on.
Right
There you
there.
go.
Create this is what I'm gonna put out for today. But I literally just got done with this right before we came on. It says wins are blessings, losses are lessons. You know, but I'm gonna post it when we get off of here. But like I literally everything is it's on the fly. You know, there are some days where I have a design I might get a couple days in, but pretty much I dropped 100. I think this is 100 and day 124, 123 right here.
Hey,
And so far this year, I've dropped 131 shirts.
nice.
This year alone.
People don't do that in 10 years.
Yep.
And it's crazy. I mean, it's not easy, but I don't. Only thing is, the bad part about it is I can't focus on profit. You know what I mean? But I didn't initially do. Of course, I want to make money. I need to make money. I did it for money, but that was never my. That was never my the biggest goal for me. The biggest goal for me was to create. For one, to motivate other people, man, let's do this. We in this business, stop buying all these stock transfers and everybody selling the same thing, man. Be creative. I'm not a graphic designer, but each day I do something, I get a little better. I learn something different. I did it for motivation. I did it to inspire. I did it for discipline. Number one, that's what I should have came out my mouth first, because that's a small goal that I accomplished day by day. And I'm just doing simple stuff. I use sayings and try to make them look a little creative on a t-shirt. But and honestly, like I'm gonna say about 70-80% of the sayings that I do, my wife will come up with, but then I'll do the artistic side and create it and make it look good on a t-shirt. But a lot of the sayings, like I asked my wife, she's quick with it. That's how I came up with the clothing brand. I'm like, babe, I want to start a clothing brand, but I need a name and I can't come up with nothing. She goes to the bathroom and comes out. She was like, how about self-acquired? I'm like, that's it. Like, you know, and it was just that quick. But me and her together are a great team when it comes down to being creative. And I don't even remember what the initial question was because I didn't start rambling. But
That's okay.
You know, but I mean,
but see, that's the thing. Like, it's not rambling. I mean, you're passionate with it, and you want to convey your message. You know, and that's again, that's a story. You know, and I thrive in those stories. Like, I like it. I like to hear the history of it and how you got to that point. And it's one of those things. Like, I tend to do the same, but like, you know, when I'm passionate with something, because I do the same. I'll just keep talking about it.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love doing it, man. It's I had a person approach me when I first started and was trying to give me their designs to post with my t-shirt a day, and then got offended when I turned them down.
Yeah.
Like,
strange. I gotta say that was strange. I'm sorry. It was strange.
Yeah, I ain't gonna put no names out there, but you know who you are. But nah, seriously though, like I don't know. It's more. It's deeper than what y'all see on the surface. Like, every day, man, it's a small goal that I accomplish every day. So in the long run, this is teaching me discipline, because I swear to God, every day I'm not doing this no more. But then my wife will hit me with something. So you're a quitter now, huh? You know. You know.
Oh man, man.
There's so much needed.
Man, you know, but like it's I just encourage people, man, do what you do, man, and stop letting these people tell you can't do nothing, man. I make designs that, for one, if push come to shove, if I can't get a transfer quick, I can cut it out with vinyl and press it on the shirt and get it out the door to you.
Hey.
So then, in the long run, if something does blow up, I can order a stack of transfers, get them pressed up, and then I make 1 color, 2 color designs. So when that design blows up, then I can get those transfers, start doing that. Now I can introduce you to a full color of the same phrase or whatever I just put on that shirt. But now we got a full color design, which you already liked it in a black and white. Now it's gonna come in multicolors. You know what I mean? So just push yourself to be better in your craft, to do what you do. You know,
Yeah.
like, I found a love for. And I'm gonna shout this. I'm gonna put this on Mike T's, man. He been calling me a graphic designer for years, but I don't feel like I'm a graphic designer. I'm just a person that has an idea and I put it on paper. But at the end of the day, that's really what I'm doing. Every day I'm teaching myself graphic design, one way or the other.
Mm-hmm.
Typography, however you put it, you know.
Don't let us sit up here and say basic designs. This man has intricate designs. You just ain't showing them to the world yet, but y'all gonna get to see them.
Yeah.
Appreciate you, Ink City. Thank you for tapping in, and we greatly appreciate having a legend up on the stage, RhyBeats.
There you go again, man.
I got you, man, because I was introduced. I didn't know who you was, and people was telling me about you. So to be able to sit up here and talk with you twice, that's a blessing. And to have you gems that you're spilling is awesome.
It's a blessed to be here. It's one of those things. I appreciate you guys even putting me on here. It's like, yeah, let's do it.
The pleasure is ours, brother. Like I say, man, it's about the story, man. Everybody got the story.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. But yeah, it's great. I mean, I guess you guys' platform it's a great platform, and I encourage you guys to do it. You guys are doing it once a week so far. I mean, it's great.
Right on.
We'll keep going.
And if you haven't, man, y'all go on and subscribe, man. We here every week, man. We bringing out some dope people, man. Some dope people in this community. You can learn a lot. You can hear a lot, man. You inspire. Like, man, we just here to inspire, man. Period. At the end of the day. So I'm over here stumbling. It's time for me to stop talking. If I got
to make sure y'all follow RhyBeats on all social media platforms. Rob, we got to talk to you personally about this Twitch situation. We can't get it figured out. But TikTok, Instagram, where else are you all at? RhyBeats.
Yeah, I mean, as far as RhyBeats, just look it up. I mean, I'm on Instagram. My business on Instagram is printedmerch.biz. As far as the t-shirt business or the company. And I said I just got TikTok, and that's printedmerch.biz. Please be patient because I don't know what I'm doing on that thing. But yeah, social media. It's usually RhyBeats. I'm there.
Yeah, man.
Yeah.
Hey y'all, I'm trying to get to 1,000 on TikTok so I can love TikTok again because I put 150,000 videos on there, and I only have 700 followers.
Yeah, you'll see me with like 3.
They're gonna boost it.
Oh man.
But I love Instagram, so I don't hate Instagram, okay? I love
it. Instagram is so I just want to say you just asked people that you need that 1,000 followers on Instagram, but you ain't on TikTok, you ain't shout out your TikTok. How they gonna find you?
It's what is my TikTok? I don't even know. It's
yours is printedthreads.biz.
Printedmerch.biz. That's
printed merch. Lily just put that in the comments over here. Okay. But I'm talking about Mike T's. He always be saying follow me on TikTok, but don't tell people it's TikTok.
I gotta look for you guys on TikTok because I need some more friends. I need some more friends on TikTok.
I'll find you on there. 12 on apparel, just I'm 12 on everywhere. But Mike T's is Mike T's 223 since he don't know his own TikTok.
There you go.
Hey, look. All right. See that? You see that?
Well, he had to open up his phone to promote himself. What?
It doesn't matter. I'm on 50,000 social media sites, okay?
Listen.
I'm trying to keep control of this. I'm trying to keep control of this, all right?
So my thing is, this is my point, like I've been telling you this since I know you. Make it all streamlined. Make it all one name on every platform. You ain't got to
kill. Switch it, sir. I switched it to as much as legally as I can.
Mm-hmm.
So, Rye, thank you again, my brother. Everybody in this chat, man, appreciate you. We did miss some questions.
Thank you.
Apologize for that, but we got to talk and we got to get into it.
Yeah. When you guys coming back to the show? When I say that, I mean Long Beach.
This is coming. This one.
Yeah, probably January, man.
Okay.
Probably January. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, but man, it's supposed to be. I mean, this year was a pretty big show.
That's what I hear, man.
It was huge.
That's what I hear.
It's bigger than it was prior to COVID because of everybody was like their coming out party.
Yeah.
But it's gonna get better. It's this year by the talks it's gonna be bigger. So next year.
Yeah, man.
Yeah, but it's fun, man.
Everybody tag Big Brando.
Big Brando. Oh, man, that's my dude, man. He always gives me a good props, man. And I don't
always.
I tell him, dude, I'm just doing what I do, man. I'm nobody special, man. And I really do appreciate that. Even the people that gives me shout outs and stuff, man, I really appreciate that.
Printedmerch.biz, right? Hold on before we go. No.
Printed Merch on TikTok?
Yeah.
Printed Merch LLC.
LLC. I just followed you.
Oh, there. Yeah, I need more friends. Follow me.
Going through the same thing. Hello.
Yeah, man. So, man, appreciate you. Yeah, bro. So, do me a favor though, like he said, man. Ryan, tell Big Brando we need that brother on here.
Oh man, all right.
I've been reaching out. We've been reaching out. I know he coming. We gonna get him. He gonna come. He's just so busy. It's just hard to fit it in. But yeah, that's he's
hey,
one
Don,
of my.
What's up? But yeah, I mean, Big Brando, man, he's moving. Like he's not at one spot. He's moving. So if you see him, you gotta just
for sure. I know.
Yeah.
Like Big Brando, that's my dream interview right there. I'm gonna keep it 100 with you.
Yeah. Big Brando, man. Yeah, Big Brando's a good dude.
We shorted 2 hours by 10 minutes, and I must say this was a great conversation. Had a great time. Y'all follow everybody on the platform, please, and we greatly appreciate you. First time watching, like, comment, subscribe, all that good stuff. But it's the next week, next Thursday, around the same time.
Who we got next week?
Supercolor.
Supercolor, I want to say. So,
I think next week.
You got Rum
and Surge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
You got the big dog Rum in there, huh? That's dope.
Rum and Super Surge, I believe, is next week. I gotta check the schedule, but I think that's next week.
I believe so.
Man, that's a good thing.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
y'all go subscribe before you leave, man. Hit that subscribe button, hit that like button. Appreciate y'all. Right. I'm gonna be reaching out to you. I want to check out some of your stuff.
I appreciate it.
Me too.
Right.
All right. Later, y'all.
All right, y'all.